coming back to my channel, or if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today we are talking about wedding invitations. This is going to be part 1 of my little wedding invitation series, and I'm going to show you guys how to design wedding invitations on canva.com. Now, if you're not a future bride, before you click out, before you exit this video, this little tutorial could be applied to anything. It could be applied to birthday invitations or a flyer or a social media graphic or basically anything. If you don't know what Canva is, also this video isn't sponsored. If you don't know what Canva is, it's a really simple, easy to use website that basically does graphic design. So if you need just a really simple, easy walkthrough on how to use Canva, then this is the video for you. But I'm going to specifically start all over and go through and show you guys exactly how I design my wedding invitations. Not only did I design and DIY my wedding invitations, I also DIY'd my wedding envelopes, which is going to be another video in the future. And then I'm going to show you guys how to do wax seals and show you the process of putting them all together, giving you links to everything I use in all my supplies. So this is just video number 1, so we're going to go through the design process. I ordered them from Vistaprint. This is where I order a lot of my small business prints, and so I just use them. I have to cover up all the information, but here's what the front looks like. It's got our names on it. It's got a disco ball. It's in like this cute orangey color, and then the back has some pictures of us from our proposal on there, and then some details along with our wedding website. And it's on this nice, like, it's not super thick, but first go to canva.com and then you can search through their templates. So if you type in wedding invitations, it gives you some options here for some different sizes. Here's wedding invitation square, wedding invitations portrait, and you can look for more. They have landscape as well. I did portrait and it says it's 5x7, but I actually ended up printing 4x6s, so you can ignore the size. It gives you a bunch of templates. So the ones with the crown in the corner say pro. That means that you have to pay for those, or you have to upgrade to like the pro version of Canva. I just have the free version and I wanted to find a free one, so you can look for ones without the crown, or you can come over here. To the far left, there's like a filter section. Down here, you can click the free, so it will show you only free ones. And you can also filter by style. So let's go ahead and click those. So there's so many options to choose from. The key is to not find one that is perfect, but to look for one that has good structure. I focused on mainly how the information was laid out. You can ignore the fonts, you can ignore the colors, you can ignore all this floral. Everything is customizable, so I focused mainly on like just the bones of the invitation and how I liked how it was laid out and how the information was presented. I went ahead and started out with a couple different templates that I liked. Let me show you. I added them all on here. So these were my top few favorite templates, and I used these to kind of play around with. I went ahead and changed all the information to match for my wedding, and I like how they all have different wording. So like this one says, together with their families, invite you to celebrate their wedding. This one says, request the pleasure of your company. This one says, you are cordially invited. So they all have some different wording to kind of, you know, mess around with, figure out what you like the best. They also have different layouts for how the date is presented. This one says like on Saturday. This one has it written out just all as text, Sunday the 21 of March. So they're all different. So anyways, I used these to figure out what I liked the best, and I kind of mix and match. This one was my favorite one. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the information to match for my wedding. The bride's name goes first here, and I was gonna just put Allie, but because of the way this one's laid out, it kind of needs a longer name, so I went ahead and put my full name and then Garrett. I'm gonna change this. It says we're tying the knot. I don't like that. I like this one, but I don't like together with their families. I just like invite you to celebrate their wedding. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because I don't want the flower on here. When you go to do your address, I put the venue name here, and then I put the venue address right underneath. I left off the zip code because you don't need the zip code unless you're mailing something, so you can just put the address without zip code. I want to change this to RSVP to our website, and then above this I want to put reception and dinner to follow. So like this one says dinner and dancing to follow, but we're not having a dance, so I kind of use that wording to do reception and dinner to follow. So I want a different color scheme, and if you go over here to your templates, if you have a color scheme over here that you like, you can actually click the 3 dots in the corner and click apply style only, and it will apply that style to your template, which it applies the color and the font. So I'm gonna go ahead and not do that, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go back here, and I kind of want a retro 70s like color scheme. So I'm gonna find one of these with colors that I like, and I like this one. Now this one happens to be a pro template, so it's not gonna let me open this template up to take the colors, but it does give you the color codes right here. If you go over the colors, it gives you the code. So I'm gonna write down these color codes. So let's see, this one's hashtag FFABA9. I've already done this, but you can go back over here, and then up here is the color thingy. When you go to add a color, right here you can type FFB, whatever the color is, and it's gonna give you that exact color. So for the background, I want it to be this color, and then for the text, I want it to be this orange color. So then for mine, I wanna add a disco ball, and I think it has to be at the top because obviously it's gonna be hanging. So I'm just going to draw a giant box to select all of this and pull this straight down. This purple line means it's centered, and then that purple, see this purple square that pops up? Those are your guidelines for printing. So you want to try to keep everything inside of that. Okay, I feel like that doesn't look centered, so I'm just going to pull it straight down. Okay, like that. And then over here on the elements, you can search things like flowers, whatever. I'm going to do this disco ball. You can change the color of it too, so it can match the font. And then I think I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger and make sure it's centered. So then for the back part, I went ahead and duplicated this, then deleted all the elements off of it. Again, I went and I found a different template to kind of give me a guide on how I wanted the back. So I knew I wanted photos on the back, so I'm gonna search photo collage, and I'm gonna find a layout of photos that I want to use on the back of my invitation. So I can't find the exact one, but let's say you want to use this one with like the Polaroids on there. You can select the Polaroids and then just copy them and go back here and paste them, and they'll paste right on here. So here was the layout that I had found, these 3 spots for photos, and then you can come over here to upload. You can stick your uploads over here, and then you just drag them and drop them in. So I think I want to use these 3 photos, and then you can double click and move them around or make them bigger or smaller. So let's kind of center that. I want to add something down here, and I want to use these same fonts. So I'm just going to copy and paste this here. Then I'm going to copy and paste this. And then I'm gonna make this smaller so you can adjust the font size up here. Let's do about like that. And then here I wanna put something like, hold on, I don't want this in all caps. So this does all uppercase, but you can take that off. So I wanna say, visit our website for accommodations, let's see, attire, or details about the day. That, and then I also want to add our wedding website on here. So I want to put this is www.thenot/ I think it's allieschweitzer-Garrett-Stevens. So kind of something like this. So then to print them, you can go over here and you can go to print cards. Make sure you don't print all your pages if you have multiple pages. So we just want page 1 and 2. Premium paper, matte finish, and let's do 50 copies, $27, and you can get free shipping. So another way to print is to print these through Vistaprint, which is where I print all of my like business stuff, and I wanted mine to be more like this size because I already have a whole bunch of these envelopes that I'm never gonna use. And they fit perfect, so I'm gonna order from Vistaprint to resize them because this is 4x6. Also, Vistaprint is really affordable. I think it was like a tiny bit more expensive, but I already know that their quality is good, and I've actually never ordered from Canva. Generally, Vistaprint is cheaper because they run a lot of coupons and sales, so I usually just catch those. So I wanna go to marketing materials and postcards, and my size, I wanna do 4x6, vertical. Paper thickness, I want to do premium. Paper stock, I want to do matte. and then we'll just do 50 is fine. So then you can do browse designs or upload designs. So we're gonna do upload design. You're gonna want to share, and we're going to download these. So make sure you click this just to page 1 and 2. Download those, and they're gonna download to your computer. Okay, so I put them on my desktop, so then you just can come here, upload both of those. And then as you can see, it's not sized exactly right. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger and then center it. And then go to the back and upload your design on the back, which I already uploaded it. So then add that and do the same thing. And then next, then make sure everything looks good. Look at the back and the front. Click continue. And they almost always have a coupon code. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully that tutorial was easy to follow and made a lot of sense, but if you have any questions, make sure you comment them down below. If this was helpful and you plan to use Canva to make wedding invitations or anything else, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss my DIY wedding envelope video that's coming next. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at allieschweitzer. And don't forget to follow my small business at shopallisonpearl. This sweatshirt is actually from there. And thank you guys for watching clear to the end. I hope you have a good week. Love y'all.